When you stir a spoonful of sugar into your coffee, have you ever stopped to think about where it actually comes from? It's just a tiny white crystal, something we see every day, something we take for granted. But what if I told you that the journey of that single sugar crystal is an epic story? A story of raw power, incredible speed, and precise science. It's a journey that's anything but simple and sweet. It all begins in a world most of us will never see. Picture this: vast, endless fields stretching across hot, tropical landscapes. Under a blazing sun, tall stalks of sugarcane stand in perfect rows, swaying gently in the humid air. The atmosphere is heavy, thick with the scent of earth and vegetation. In the distance, the low rumble of powerful machines signals that the day is about to begin. As the first light of dawn breaks over the horizon, the harvest explodes into action. Giant, formidable harvesters, like mechanical beasts, move through the fields, cutting down the sugarcane at an incredible speed. These machines can clear acres in a fraction of the time it would take a human crew. As the cane falls, workers move in, loading it onto trucks with practiced efficiency. There's a palpable sense of urgency here, and for good reason. Once sugarcane is cut, a clock starts ticking. The precious sucrose inside the stalk immediately begins to break down. Every minute counts. The cane must reach the processing factory as quickly as possible, or the sugar content, the very essence of the harvest, will literally start to fade away. It's a race against time from the field to the factory door. When the trucks, piled high with freshly cut cane, arrive at the sugar mill, the next stage of this incredible transformation begins. You see mountains of sugarcane, tons and tons of it, being poured onto massive conveyor belts. These belts carry the stalks toward the heart of the mill, where the real power of the operation is unleashed. The cane is fed between a series of massive, grooved steel rollers. The pressure they exert is immense, crushing and shredding the tough, fibrous stalks with intense, brute force. This is the first, crucial moment of transformation. A raw, greenish-brown juice gushes out, carrying the sweet promise of sugar. This is the lifeblood of the entire process, the base material for everything that follows, but this raw juice is far from ready. It's a murky, impure liquid full of suspended solids, bits of fiber, soil, and other contaminants from the field. It has to be cleaned, and this is where the science really kicks in. The juice is pumped into large tanks where it's mixed with lime and heated. This process, called clarification, causes the impurities to clump together and settle at the bottom, or float to the top as scum. The mixture is then carefully filtered, separating the clean juice from the waste. What emerges is a beautiful, clear, golden liquid. It's a stunning contrast to the dirty green juice it was just moments before. All the grit and grime of the field has been washed away, leaving behind pure, liquid sweetness. Now, the journey enters a phase of intense heat. The clarified juice, which is still mostly water, is pumped into a series of massive chambers called evaporators. Here, under controlled heat and pressure, the water is boiled off. As the liquid moves from one chamber to the next, it becomes progressively thicker and more concentrated. You can imagine it slowly transforming from a thin, watery liquid into a thick, heavy syrup, bubbling and steaming as the water escapes. The air in this part of the mill is warm and sweet. This is the delicate art of concentration, removing the water without burning the sugar. And then, something truly magical happens. The thick syrup is moved into a special vessel called a vacuum pan. Here, under reduced pressure, the syrup is boiled one last time. This is where the crystallization process is initiated. Tiny, microscopic seed crystals of sugar are added to the supersaturated syrup. These seeds act as a nucleus, and around them, new sugar crystals begin to form and grow. It's a carefully controlled reaction, a dance of temperature and pressure that coaxes solid crystals out of the liquid syrup. Inside these huge steel tanks, a beautiful transformation is happening invisible to the naked eye as a sweet liquid turns into a solid. The resulting mixture, a thick mass of crystals suspended in syrup, is known as masaquit. This is then transferred into one of the most visually impressive machines in the factory, the centrifuge. These are large, spinning drums with perforated walls, like a giant salad spinner. The masaquit is spun at incredibly high speeds. The force flings the liquid syrup, now called molasses, through the perforations, while the heavier sugar crystals are left behind, packed against the walls of the drum. When the spinning stops, the crystals are washed with a spray of water to remove any remaining film of molasses. Then, a scraper comes down, and the raw sugar crystals fall like a shower of tiny, off-white stones into a collection chute below. But the journey isn't over yet. These raw sugar crystals are still damp and need to be dried. They tumble through a large rotating drum, a granulator, where hot air is blown over them. This removes the last traces of moisture and prevents them from clumping together. After drying, the crystals are passed over screens to sort them by size, ensuring a uniform product. Quality control specialists take samples, checking for color, purity, and crystal size. Only the sugar that meets the highest standards will make it to the next step, packaging. This is the final product, the familiar white or brown sugar that we use every single day in our homes, cafes, and bakeries. But what about the leftover materials? Here's one of the most fascinating twists in this story. Almost nothing is wasted. The fibrous material left over after crushing the cane, called bagasse, isn't thrown away. It's often burned as fuel in the mill's own boilers, generating the steam and electricity needed to power the entire factory. It's a perfect, self-sustaining loop, and the dark, sticky syrup that was spun off in the centrifuges, the molasses, becomes another valuable product. It's used in animal feed, for distilling rum, and as a key ingredient in many food products. The sugar industry is a remarkable example of efficiency, turning one crop into multiple valuable outputs. So, from the sun-drenched, scorching fields where the sugarcane grows, through the thunderous power of the crushing machines, to the delicate, almost alchemical process of crystals forming inside massive steel chambers. The journey of sugar is a breathtaking blend of raw nature and precise, modern engineering. It's a story of speed, power, and transformation. The next time you see those little white crystals, the next time you taste that simple sweetness, take a moment to remember the incredible, complex path it traveled to reach you. It's a journey that connects us all to the fields, the factories, and the incredible ingenuity of modern food production. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by the hidden stories behind the food we eat, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world around us. We'll see you in the next one.